Hello and welcome to another Brett Plays Flight and Review, and today we're taking out a J-20. Now I'm going to muck up a lot of these names. How do we pronounce that? Chengdu, I think, or codename Weilong. J-20 Chinese PLAAF. Let me just have a quick read of what Wiki says. The Chengdu J-20 is also known as the Mighty Dragon, is a twin-jet all-weather stealth fighter aircraft developed by China's Chengdu Aerospace Corporation for the People's Liberation Army Air Force. J-20 is designed as an air superiority fighter with precision strike capabilities. Well, let's have a look at this one in the sim. See if we can get in a little closer. Now, this is free. There are 4 liveries. Oh, technically there's actually only 2. There are 2 models. There's this version, it doesn't say A, but I'm assuming that's A, and there's a B variant. Can't seem to find anything different with them so far, other than they both have this livery and they both have a dark grey with the dragon on the back. I've decided to go with this one that seems to be very similar to most of the photos you see online. Now, outside detail, it's actually not too bad. Well, we can see through there. For a free aircraft, well done. I'm guessing that's meant to be the camera, or infrared or surveillance or whatever. It does have a good afterburner once we get going. It does look very factory fresh though, as in this thing has just had its paint job and is ready for photo shoots. Because it is incredibly clean and non-worn. But let's get inside and have a look. Now, inside is a very sparse. It's all LCD screens pretty much. We do have a pilot with an itchy right foot. And if we move my hands, nothing happens. Nothing's going to happen because I don't have electronics on. That's probably why. We do have speed brake lever. Actually, do you know what? I think I might have flown. No, there it is there. I was going to say I flew the other one. Flaps lever on that side. Speed brakes on there. You can use your controls. We do have other controls down here that do the lighting. Now, I don't read Chinese. Many of the Russian jets that I've flown also have it all written in Russian. I don't read Russian either. So you can mouse over. Hopefully you get a pop-up of what's actually showing up. There you go. Exterior lights. Formation lights. Increase display brightness. Decrease panel brightness. Or it's basically one side or the other. Increase or decrease. Increase or decrease floodlight. And there's another floodlight as well. Go back up to this view. Doesn't seem to do anything here. I'm not sure if this is meant to be where the starter is. I actually haven't found the starter on this. And there's no instructions in the manual. Can actually open the canopy. Don't need the battery on for that. Yep. Okay, works very well. Doesn't seem to do anything there. We do have a menu scroll wheel, which the HMD and the HUD. I do notice that the HUD, when we get the battery on, barometric pressure, again the same. We do have all of the screens light up. So let's go and put that on now. Master battery. Okay. HUD, I believe that's meant to be a helmet see-through HUD, so that when you move, the HUD stays with you. But one problem I have found on this, let's go back to default, is when I look to the left, the HUD doesn't follow. So it doesn't follow you looking, but it does if you move over. So I'm guessing that's what it's meant to simulate. I must admit though, to be honest, I would rather have a switch that could turn it on or off. All of the controls here are still in Chinese, so if you do know what these do, because they're touchscreen, they don't actually come up. You do have obviously your PMFD, SMFD, your nav and com. You can lower or raise, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, lowering or raising, brightness or menu. Same with that. Apologies for the noise. And what else do we have down here? We have start the APU. Very quiet. Let's actually turn my volume up. Okay, APU's on. Okay. We also have connect the generators. Should normally be after we start the engines, I'm guessing. So APU's on. No buttons on this side. Wait, hang on. There was a button. Show or hide the yoke. Okay. We can also do the same with the throttle. There's, I think it's up here. There we go. Show or hide the throttle. Not sure why you'd want to do that. Landing gear. We do have our taxi lights. That's takeoff. That's taxi. Now I don't read Chinese, so I don't know whether one of these is actually to start the engines. So you may be left to Control E, or if we do get an English translation, which would be nice. But let's go for a. I've got buttons on my controls set up. See if we can get some of these engines running. We'll go outside. There we go, and we'll hear it from outside as well. APU is still quite loud, but the engines on this are actually quite loud. Where are we? There we go. Now I can hear them actually humming inside. Alright, while that's actually doing that, we are on flaps 1, 2, 3. There's even a 4th level. I don't think there's a 5th. No. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 to go all the way up. The brakes are extreme on this. This is the spoilers, or the spoiler button, so air brakes. Similar to some other aircraft that turn the tails, but wow, does that turn. So the canards and the tails. Do we have the second engine running yet? No. See if we can get that kicked over. Again, I don't know whether any of these buttons actually says that, because a touchscreen doesn't actually pop up with a menu. I have noticed also that we don't have the GPS running in here, so whether it's conflicting with something. And also we have X's only for throttle. Sounds like my right engine is actually now starting. Yep, good. You can hear it giving a decent noise now. Wow, that is actually a decent noise. Alright. Engine 1 is stable at 50. No, it actually goes to 60, I think. So engine 1 or left is good to go. Yep. Now, if I were to use this more often, I think I would like a button that turns off this helmet cam. Also hide the pilot. Now I'm guessing this would be absolutely awesome in VR if that heads-up display moved with you, so that you can actually constantly look around. I know FSX had similar, not for VR, but as you moved around you could actually see. I think the F-35 allows you to see through the aircraft via a display on the helmet. I think there's even a model in FSX that showed that. Unfortunately, that hasn't come through. Alright, let's take the park brake off. Foot on the brake. Actually, before we do that, better turn lights on. Now I can't see past my own arm there, so use the arrows to move around. I'm going to go all the way up. Formation, lights on. So now I have a navigation lights. Wow, that is really loud. Might actually run that back down. Time for a taxi light, which is this one. Pull it down with a rolly ball. You can probably actually Put your mouse over it and click. Yes, you can. So where you see the arrow facing down, or rollerball mouse. Park brake off, foot brake on. Yep. Alright, now this does have extreme turning, and I had my rudders and front wheel all connected to one. I'm going to hit the power plate. Yep. Alright, so I noticed that when I tested this a moment ago, preparing for this, my tail would turn extreme like that, like on the brakes, but now I'm just getting the rudder turning, so I'm wondering if it's different for A or B model. I tried the dark grey livery. Now you can see that heads-up display thing is on the windscreen there. You're going to get some of that happening. Alright, let's press the barometric pressure. Yep, no, we're good. Wait, 200? No, 20. Yeah, that's better. But we don't have the speed increments on the left side. We do have Mach number down the bottom, and I can only guess. What's 135? No idea. Let's see if it goes up. Maybe that's a pressure thing. Can we beat Qantas's A380? No. We're going to come here. Brakes work well. Or even without needing that. No. I'll jump in behind them. Keep getting a flashing on my MFD. Alright. Let's throttle it up. Decent afterburners. Okay, I cannot take off. Whoa, there we go. That's stuck to the ground. Because I actually have zero control. Right. I have zero control with the yoke. Only with the trim. Why? No, I have control with views. Yoke still works. Controls do not. Well, what we'll do is we'll reload it in. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've loaded back in, and I now have full control. You can see those tails moving. I believe it actually has the same problem as the... Let's take off first. Very nice. Now I believe it has the same problem as what the Concorde from DC Designs had about a year after release, where if you load in, you fly, you stop, you go back to the main menu, you come back in to fly again, you don't have controls of your flaps, aileron, no, not flaps, ailerons, and basically you can't control your aircraft. Now I had the same problem with the Concorde, and it got patched out, so there was some update with the sim that affected it. believe it's the same with this, because I had to actually restart the sim. I couldn't load into another model and then load back in. There's some issue with the controls. Well, it actually flies pretty good. Oh, it's pushing an extreme. Didn't pass out though. I do have pilot that can pass out. Now you can do a full throttle climb. As you can see on the side there though, we're still with X's, so there. I am actually reviewing version 2.0, so there was an update from this, and we've still got some issues. So there is enough thrust to actually do a straight up climb. And it looks like we're actually accelerating just slightly at a, oh, what are we? We're 70. No, we're falling. That's why. Hang on. Ah, we are too. Right. Okay, we couldn't maintain a 100% up. Still, it does very well. And if we want to come back down, we probably could actually put our brakes on and come for a complete dive without getting too fast. Now, again, this has only been out a few weeks. I am on version 2.0. There was one update after the first day of release. I hope that they continue working on it. I'm sure there will be some more liveries out for it in no time. If they're going to have that big HUD over your, I'm guessing it's meant to be helmet, if I look away, I would like that HUD to come with me. Or can I have a switch to turn it off? That'd be nice. Alright, let's go and take this for a landing and finish this review. Oh, we do have brakes on. I don't know what's going on there. Actually, brakes work quite well. Air brakes, that is. As far as top speed, I have no idea. I haven't taken it to full speed, but they are supposed to do quite well. See, my ground speed now is just passing Mark 1. They haven't implemented the no sound. Oh, well, we're getting a little bit of definitely a shake with that HUD. Alright, I'm actually going to stop there. My guy's almost passing out. Yep. I hear you breathing heavy, mate. Alright, let's take it back down and do a land. Quite maneuverable. Although I didn't land on the same runway I just took off from. Do a 90-degree turn to the right here. Now the landing gear only comes down, see if I can actually get it back under there, at a certain speed. There we go. Or below a certain speed. Wow, we are way too low here. So we'll pop down our full level of flaps. Maybe get a little bit more speed there. Line her up. Oh, that was a solid landing. Might need to check the landing gear on that one. Alright, so other than a few little things, such as the X's on the speed, that huge HUD across your face, I'm guessing I may have had the park brake on, did I? Yeah, I landed with the park brake on. That's probably not going to be helpful either. And some extreme maneuvers. Actually, I do want to show that before we go. Like this thing can be thrown around, and those tails, extreme. And if I go flat out, I find that the roll rate on this is just a little bit too extreme. I don't think that this thing would be able to do it, and if it can, it's going to absolutely knock the pilot out. And that's at Mark 1. Yeah, some things might need to actually get a little bit of a re-review. Don't think we can actually land on one of these aircraft carriers, but that would be cool. I might actually leave it there. Thank you very much for my long-winded review here. I've got no gear down anyway. Just go for a buzz then. Alright. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Cheers.